Hello, folks. The magic that is Sonic the Hedgehog. This game is my childhood. There we go. I was a massive, I'm a massive fan still of of Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It's okay, I'm not going for the bonus rings. But yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog is a very special thing for me. As I was growing up, I collected Sonic the comic. I watched the Sonic animated series as much as I could. I recorded episodes on the TV. I just consumed Sonic. And, oh man, and there's no spin dash either. I can't just pick up and go again. I do this. There we go. Whee. I actually haven't played this on a Sega Mega Drive in I don't know how long. It's actually really strange because I'm a little bit used to the Taxman version on... Is it Taxman? I think it goes by. On the iPhone. So, I mean, this is still a game that I play away. But it's funny playing it in a square screen again because... it's not exactly square, but 4:3 or 3:4, whatever it is, and it's strange not playing it on widescreen on my iPhone, but it's lovely to actually have some. It's nice to have some actual controls as opposed to touch controls, which. Well, I mean, for Sonic's not too bad because I mean, at least you've only just got one. You've only got one. I'm concentrating so much, trying to go so fast. Missed it. Oh no. Let's just go up. No, do you know what? I want to do it now. I want to do it. I want to run through the wall. Let's run through the wall. Whoa, yeah. Yeah, you can totally see why the spin dash became a thing. But it's funny actually, even just the bugs that they fixed, like because here in the original you can just beat the crap out of Robotnik as he's coming. And yes, I call him Robotnik. I don't call him Eggman. I grew up calling him Robotnik. Although I think that's actually kind of reversed again now, where people are like, yes, he is Robotnik and Eggman. He's both Robotnik and Eggman at the same time. Yeah. Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, and Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania is fantastic. It's such a wonderful addition. But yeah, I grew up reading Sonic the comic, which was this great... It was that was a good start. It was a UK published, so I got it in Ireland. Well, Ireland's not part of the UK, just saying. There we go. But yeah, so it had its own story, because I think there was the Archie comics, I think, in North America, there was a whole Sonic line, but it was a completely different storyline to what we got, where Sonic... Well, I think we got the basic premise that he was that they were a bunch of freedom fighters and stuff, but like there were all sorts of extra characters. I mean, obviously you had Tails and Knuckles, and Amy Rose was in there, but also you had like Johnny Lightfoot, who was a rabbit with a red leather coat and a big giant bat, as in like a bat to hit people with, not a bat as in an animal. And what else? Oh man, seriously? First death? Wow. That came right out of the blue. Okay. But yeah, who else did you have? You had Short Fuse the Cybernick, who was this. Well, he was a Cybernick. He was a robot, a badnik, a Cybernick. So I think he was a bit more. But he was really cool. He was a squirrel on the inside, but he had been completely turned into a Cybernick. Very dramatic. Oh, this is so weird. I don't know why my platforming skills have gone by the wayside here. There we go. But yeah, I mean, like a lot of people tend to say, Sonic 3 and Knuckles is probably the best Sonic game. It just is. It tells the best story. I love how it's a direct continuation on from Sonic 2, which I always thought was cool. But it was funny though, because I didn't play Sonic 2 for ages. I played Sonic 1. I mean, I owned Sonic 1, but then for whatever reason I missed Sonic 2 and just went straight on to Sonic 3, and so the opening of Sonic 3 was completely lost on me. Where I was just like, okay, right, so he's got a plane, etc. But then later went back and played Sonic 2 and got the end of it, and it was so much better. Right, come on. I'm so used to flying through this on my iPhone. Strange how slow I am in this. Whee! There we go. Ah, come on. But yeah, so these games, these were very much the games where, you know, we'd be coming in, having played them, having played through them, and your friends would be coming on, and they'd be telling you about, I got this far in Sonic last night. It's like I remember one of the lads had finished it, and I hadn't finished it yet, and I was like, what's the last boss, or the ending bad guy, as I called them when I was a kid? What was the last boss? And I remember him describing it, and it's so weird having that final boss described to you, because it's a really weird description if you think about it. So you're in a big giant room, and Robotnik has all these big giant arm things that want to crush you, but like the big tubes that want to crush you. It was a bizarre thing to try and imagine as an 8-year-old kid, or whatever age I was. There we go. And then I played tons of this game on Sonic Jam as well, on the Sega Saturn, which, if anyone has watched my Rocket Knight Adventures video, which may or may not even be released yet, who's to know? I've kind of recorded a lot of these out of order, but for anyone who watched my Rocket Knight Adventures, I didn't own a Sega Saturn, but I borrowed a Sega Saturn from my friend George. George had all the fun. He had a PlayStation and a Sega Saturn and a Sega Mega Drive. It was amazing. And he had a PC. In fact, he had 2 PCs, so we could play Counter-Strike. Whenever we got a little bit older, we would play Counter-Strike on his little LAN system that he had set up between his 2 PCs, which we always thought was so impressive. What are you doing, John? You can clearly see that there was nothing over there, and then you just go, oh, let's go stand on a spike. So this is the part where, because usually whenever I'm playing these games now, I just try and fly through them, as you have been noticing as I crash and burn into all the lava. But this is the bit where I'm like, I don't need to stand on this platform, and I run right across this lava pit and then discover that it's a dead end and I actually need to stand on this brick to do this. So thankfully for this playthrough, I knew not to do that. Because I've already died once. Needlessly. Oh man. Let's see, is this secret? I never knew about this secret when I was a kid. But I discovered it much later in life. Much later in life. This bit always terrified me as a kid. I just could not. I'd be like, but the spikes are coming off the stairs. And then I get to this bit and my little 8-year-old platforming skills were not there yet. So if ever I was playing this like up in George's house, I'd be like, George, can you do this bit? And there was one of the other guys, Alex, who would, okay, just try not to jump. And George would charge him. He'd be like, he would say, alright, you want me to help you get over that platform and pay me 20p? And so that's what he, oh no! Wow, John, you're doing really well here. I might need to pay George 20p to not get hit by fire. What? I couldn't pick up that ring for whatever reason. That was... Oh! What the hell? That was a disaster. I also need some rings, please. Thank you. What was... Oh my god, he did it again! What is up with that little lip of land where it just doesn't jump right? That's annoying. Okay, there we go. Take 2. Here we go. I was too busy chatting, telling stories about video game extortion. There we go. See? I can actually play this game. There we go. I love making Sonic look up dramatically. What's so good about this game, I love the graphics in this game and the graphics that come in the later games, but it does such a good job at working so well within its limitations. God, I want to spin dash so much. It's such a great showing of how well designed the spin dash was, that you kind of feel like you can almost not play the game without it. There's nothing worse actually when, well, I mean there are loads of worse things, but it is not quite a nice thing. Okay, that's superfluous. Up on CPU. Still don't know what that means. Yeah, whenever you go back to a game in a previous the previous game in a franchise, and the gameplay is just not where you're used to it being. That's my favorite way of going through that. Whee. But yeah, when you've gotten so used to certain features, like a couple of years ago, I played through the Metal Gear Solid franchise in chronological order, but by chronological, not by release, by chronological order. So I started with Snake Eater, and then Portable Ops, then Peace Walker, then Metal Gear Solid 5, then Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear Solid 2, yeah, and then Metal Gear Solid 4. And playing in that order, there were certain bits of it that were just actually that my most difficult part of I love how you actually feel the pain when you're just, ow, that was sore. But yeah, the most difficult one to play I found was Metal Gear Solid, the first 3D one on the PlayStation 1, because there were certain features, or there's certain, because playing the 2D ones were fine, like they're games that have dated surprisingly well on the MSX, which I played on the HD remake on there we go. I played on the HD remake on the PS3. So not only does that have Portable Ops, Metal Gear Solid 2, and Metal Gear Solid 3, but it's also got Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2, the MSX games. So that's cool. So I was able to play the full thing. But yeah, playing those games, it was fine, and they actually play pretty well alongside the rest of the games. But sorry, I'm really concentrating here. I always love trying to get that jump if I can. Let's see if I can. Whee! Yeah, made it. Because usually you're just flying down and you're like, oh wait, what? I have to jump up there? This is where spin dash comes in handy. Yay! Bum, bum, bum. But yeah, so playing the first Metal Gear Solid game was so difficult, because there were just certain things about the AI, certain things about being able to look in first person, being able to aim in first person, so many features, or even just the ability to grab somebody and knock them out, which I had gotten so used to with Metal Gear Solid 5 and Peace Walker. It was just so difficult to run through, but we got there, and it was fine ultimately. Where is it? I think it's actually in the very first level, or there's a couple of places in this game where the placement of speed shoes or invincibility is just completely at the wrong place. Like where it, let's see, can I get up there? Yeah. Where it gives you speed shoes and then forces you to go through these very slow moving this is where you need a speed dash. Well, I guess I'm not going up there. I'll survive this way. It'll be fine. Ow! I am really just fighting the urge to do that, to spin dash. These things can be surprisingly deadly if you're not paying attention. Good thing I am paying attention. Theoretically. Ow. What's great in this game is, I think this was probably the first game where I ever learned a cheat code And that was up, down, left, right, A start, which is the level select. And then later was up C, down C, left C, right, A start for the beta testing. And actually, when my friend described the beta testing mode to me, he described it in such a strange way. Like, he was like, oh, if you put in this code, you get to like play as all the bad guys. And I was like, wow, really? And so like here I was thinking that, you know, there was entire gameplay features. Ah, 2 rings away. And I think this is... I'll survive. Oh! I'll survive without the thing, and he nearly jumps off into oblivion. There we go. Oh my god, are you serious? You can actually hit him. Oh, this boss is broken. No wonder they fixed him in later games. Yeah. Yeah, the improvements they made later in the game, in the iPhone version, is fantastic. And the controls are so smooth. But even just the bosses, like in that one, Robotnik is just that little bit too high. So you can only get him as he's coming down to spike the blocks. And here we have everyone's favorite level, the Labyrinth Zone. I actually don't mind the Labyrinth Zone as much as a lot of people do. Says he as he gets smacked by a giant swinging spike ball, but still. That was a very odd omission I found from Sonic Mania, was the lack of the drowning music. I don't know, like, did they leave it out because it was just way too stressful for some people, or what? I mean, it is the music of nightmares. I think I just missed out on a whole secret section, which I have taken to do. Ow! That was painful. But yeah, if you want to let me know which games you would like to see me play, please let me know in the comment section. What games? What was like? Because Sonic was probably one of the definitive games of my childhood, not of my teenage years, but definitely of my childhood. Do you have definitive games of... Oh, that was smart. Do you have definitive games of your childhood? And if you do, what were they? And if you come on telling me that Little Big Planet was a game of your childhood, then I am going to feel super old. Oh, there we go. Or if you remember the day whenever you were playing, whenever you first got your 3DS, I'd be like, wow, I'm so old. I remember getting my Game Boy. Ah, come on, he was about to drop. Oh! Oh. Do we have any rings in there, please? And nobody going to surprisingly surprise me? Yeah, there we go. That'll give me. Hey, good thing. Yeah, so just to give you an example of how obsessed I was with Sonic, I painted a massive mural of Sonic the Hedgehog and all of the comic gang on my bedroom wall when I was about 10 or 11. And before it became absolutely covered in movie posters, my bedroom wall was covered in every single poster that I got out of Sonic the comic. And then I moved on to, I think it was called Nintendo World, which was this late 90s magazine, which was all about the Nintendo 64. It was where I first learned about Pokemon. It was where a lot of things happened. It was a special time. It was the late 90s. Sonic has passed Act 1. There are a couple other of the Sonic games which I do have fond memories of. Sonic 3D being one of them. I had Sonic 3D actually on the PC, but I remember when I first got it, there was no music. And I was like, alright, this is a bit odd, and it was super weird. And so like this was about 1996, I would say. And then I brought it to my cousin's house and we installed it on his computer. And all of a sudden, there was all of this music playing. And it was just like, what is this? There was like all of this really fancy music playing. And I couldn't believe this. I was like, what is this? What's going on here? And it turns out, so back in the day, a lot of folks may not remember this, but your PC may not have been, you know, the technology on your PC may not have included the ability to play CD music, to play, you know, to have like a decent sound card. Like back in the mid 90s, a decent sound card was some, you know, nowadays you're just like, well, how could your computer not have a sound card to play anything? But them's were the days. And so there wasn't, I didn't have the sound card to listen to music. And so because of that, because all of the music on Sonic 3D on the PC was actually through music tracks, I couldn't listen to it, and so I played the entire game only with soundtracks, just thinking, well, this is an odd choice, because usually Sonic games has such good music in it. Whoa, there we go. Yeah. But since then, I have a much better computer, and it can play the music from Sonic 3D. And perhaps I might play Sonic 3D for you at some point. It might be nostalgic in its own way. I mean, because, you know, it is a game that is, what, 25 years old? Oh, which is insane to think. Oh, this is the end of the level. I was like, what's coming up next? I always love moonwalking when I can. Or what I would do, I might actually do a playthrough of this game sometime where I play it on the beta mode, because I did all sorts of crazy things during the beta mode. Where you could play, although it was funny because on sections like this actually it would really mess up the beta mode, because obviously there's all sorts of like coding things to send you on this loop. I'm trying to get that shield. There we go. There we go. And then jump across. Magic. And ooh, that was close. But yeah, at the end of each level, I would always like disappear into the background and go super high up into the sky. So as the music was playing, do 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 do, it would like just look super dramatic because it would be like a camera move panning up over the horizon. It was cool when I was 12, okay? It was really cool when I was 12. Ah. What did that sound like? I sounded like Mumbo. forgot about Sonic 1 spikes! Oh, that was... returned to normal. Like, it's funny now playing these games. Towards certain aspects of the game, and whenever you can see how well, this is what they intended you to do, but this is how it ended up working out. Oh no! Whoa, there we go. Whee. Oh no, he's gonna fall! See, so the way I'm flashing there. Oh, there we go. The way I was flashing there, if I had landed on some spikes, I would have died instantly because the invincibility doesn't apply to those spikes. Oh, excellent. If ever there was a reason to rush. It is some wonderfully designed music, that cue, because nothing gets you more stressed out than the "oh my god, I'm about to drown" music. It's okay, Sonic, you're not gonna fall. You're lucky. Oh, and here we go. This is by far the most difficult part of the whole game. And I'm even just getting stressed out thinking about it. This was the bit, at first when I was a kid, this was the dead end that I would hit. And that's what was so nice about the level select, was that I was actually able to... Whoa! Hopefully my platforming skills are a little bit better now. If you... Oh, excellent. This bit is So much more fun to do without any rings. Excellent. And now I don't get any rings. I do get can you hear the rain in the background and the wind? It's a very stormy day outside. But let's see. Oh, there we go. That's the smartest thing that I have done in my whole life. Sitting there going, I don't want to have to go through here with the stress of no rings. Just jump into the flame. That makes it... Oh, seriously? I got a game over? Up, down, left, right, A, start. Alright. I'm sorry, guys. It's kind of ironic that I mean, you know that I can get through there. I just really couldn't be bothered going through that whole thing again. I'll survive. And just as an insurance policy... Yay! Okay, I guess we're going down this way. Whee! Well, that was wonderful luck. Good thing I got that free life. I think I'm gonna take that insurance policy again. Ah, dear. There we go. If you really want to, I can go back and... Okay. I can go back and do that little gauntlet bit. Just to prove that I can do it. I can go back at the end of this playthrough just to show that I can do it. As I struggle to... There you go. I love the ones in Sonic 3 that actually move with you. So like, if you move one way, they move the other or something to that effect. And here we go! Oh my... Oh, this is going really well. This is going super well. This is the game of my childhood. I'm so good at it. Whee. There we go. That was a little bit better. Still a bit clumsy though. And of course you're sitting there going, but John, you're constantly jumping into them. Surely you should know that you can't jump into them. And I'm like, I know, I should know that, shouldn't I? But no, I insist on jumping into them. And I insist on jumping off the top of these and destroying all my momentum. That was weird. Boing. The physics of this little bit I'm I'm always impressed with. Please don't send random debris to kill me. Hello, 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 hello. See if I can moonwalk. Ah, yeah. It's like, nope, I'm gonna go. Ah. Starlight Zone. Welcome. Oh, that was close. Yeah, so I actually did like an entire Sonic comic myself when I was a kid, where I like just dramatized the whole. I feel cheated by that. The joys of flawed programming and even more flawed gameplay choices. Come on, I want to take the high road for some reason. Whee. There we go. Oh, I wanted that high road so much. Whee! That was spectacular. Well, that is cool. I loved how in later games, I think like Sonic 3, if there was something like this, it actually made a noise. We're like jump, 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 jump. It was cool. And it sounded exactly like that too. Whee! It was also cool in the iPhone version of this game that you can play as Tails and Knuckles, which is a really cool thing. You know, it's very much a childhood dream, because ever since the whole lock-on technology of Sonic and Knuckles, and you would try desperately to lock on, oh, I deserve that, to lock on Sonic 1, only to get Infinite Blue Sphere. But still, whoa, there we go. This is a very creatively designed boss. I like this one. Whoa, there we go. So, what was I saying? You would try the lock-on technology to try and to somehow, well, because it worked with Sonic 2. If you put Sonic and if you put Sonic 2 on top of Sonic and Knuckles, they would you could play as Knuckles in Sonic 2, and I was always like, why you couldn't do that with Sonic 1? But now you can. Why am I having such trouble with this? Oh my god. Like, seriously. I like the music in this level. And it's cool too how the whole, the visual storytelling of it, where you've reached Robotnik's. Oh man, that is not cool. There we go. So they do exist. I was just like, is there something not coming? But yeah, this level was always very tough for my little two-year-old self. Oh, good. I was like, don't tell me this design is broken now. Okay, there we go. Apparently, not only is it difficult for my 2-year-old self, my 10-year-old self, but also for my 31-year-old self. That stung. That stung. Excuse me. There we go. I feel like this level is trying to trick me several times. Okay. Maybe not run into the fire, John. See, this is my problem too. Sometimes I just rush things. And then you got these little guys. These are really cool. These guys are really fun in beta mode. In fact, all the badniks are really fun because basically what you can do, you can just place a ton of them all in a row. I need to be going faster. Yep, that was a face palm. If anyone heard that was the sound of a face palm right there. A very audible face palm. But yeah. Okay, John, maybe try to be patient. Or not, you know, or just do that. So this is the same part of the level. Again. Maybe I should try a different way. See, this is where you need a spin dash. There we go. Oh my god, that's how close I was to the end of the level? For God's sake. Okay. Scrap Brain's Own Act 2. Not. Sure. You can hear the various signs of concentration in my silence. I'm just like, give me every ring you can give me. I don't like it. This is mildly stressful. It was probably because I can't save it either when I'm playing it on the iPhones. This video was not sponsored by by that version, by the way. Just saying, it's just a completely free endorsement. But yeah, you can save your file. Oh, guess I'm not going that way. Oh, I think this is the end of the level. Nearly the end of the level. Yep, there we go. So this next bit is a bit where if you want to play through the entire game, as well, when I was a kid, that was the only way that I could get all the Chaos Emeralds back in the day. But if you're doing beta mode, that link there where you're jumping down is very, very delicate. So if you mistime it, this is the quicker way. Why am I also impervious to picking up rings? That's just stupid. Oh man, seriously? Right. Of course, I haven't been doing the special stages. Therefore, I'm not getting any continues. Well, that's fair. That's fair, I suppose. Okay. Give us a ring. There we go. Oh, okay. Where are we and what are we doing? Whee! Yep, that's the end of the level. Excellent. So here we are. And again, this is one of the bits that having the spin dash actually completely breaks, because you can spin dash here, and as soon as it starts coming down, you can just spin dash out of the way. But they fixed that because there's a version of this boss in oh my god, I actually love the version of this boss in Sonic Mania because it is insane. But also, if you try and spin dash away, the bolts follow you. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, the version they have in Sonic Mania is very much more akin to when I was a kid. I was like, well, you know, Robotnik's asking to be defeated if he's gonna, you know, just do it, you know, one piece at a time. Why doesn't he just like send them all at once? And that's kind of almost what they do in Sonic Mania, and it's thoroughly violent and thoroughly trying to kill you. But yeah, I have to say this is a very lackluster final boss. I mean, it's big in that it takes up the entire space of the screen, but it's not, you know, it's not a particularly spectacular battle. Yeah. The final boss of Sonic 2, on the other hand, is insane. I hate that boss. Now, I know if you take your time, you can beat him, but my problem is I'm always rushing when I'm trying to beat him. And because of that, I remember one time, actually, I managed to like almost do, it was like a triple jump, and I over jumped the end of that, the end of that ramp, and died, having defeated Robotnik. That was fun. There we go. I love the way they do this. Now, they don't do it in Sonic 3, but that's, I think, because of the whole Michael Jackson writing half the soundtrack. But yeah, with Sonic 1, 2, and Sonic and Knuckles, they do a cool medley is the word that I was looking for. And as a kid as well, I always thought it was really weird seeing one level being played, but hearing another level in the music. Because it was like, ugh, this is the Marble Zone music, but that's the Labyrinth Zone. So weird. Genius. But I mean, it is just, it's such an iconic game that I couldn't not play it, because it's such a great game. I thought I would play it for you guys. This bit always stresses me out. I always avoid this bit in the game. I always, feels like you're about to get crushed. I suppose that's the idea of it, but still. I always think Springyard Zone music actually suits this level very well. Fujio. Yeah. Thanks, Robotnik. Right. Just as a proof, okay? Okay, there we go. Just gonna give myself a couple of rings. And just gonna, where are we? Oh, that's cool. Because, you know, that's satisfying. Alright, I don't want to overshoot him either. Right. Okay, and I'm not going to use any of the beta stuff too. I mean, yes, I have 52 rings, but I'm probably going to lose those very quickly anyway. But there we go. And I can legitimately use this. Oops. Right. Careful, 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 careful. Nice, John. Right. So I can do this just because I was rushing before. Because nothing makes you rush more than the I'm about to drown music. So, there you go, folks. Just for completion's sake, I did I can run said gauntlet. But yeah, also this is what I was talking about. Although it doesn't really work as well for this one. Yeah, it goes deep, which is kind of funky. Hi. But I suppose I can show you what I mean with Starlight Zone. Deep, 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 deep. I suppose this actually really, as a kid, showed me how see? It's not even as good as in the Starlight Zone. Oh well. Try to get through that now. Etc, etc. So folks, that will do me for now, and I hope you enjoyed this playthrough of Sonic the Hedgehog. There will be more Sonic to come, there will be more Sega Mega Drive to come, there will be a lot of things. If there is a game in particular you would like to see me play, please let me know in the comment section. If you would like to support this channel, please visit us on patreon.com, that's John D Ruddy on Patreon. Go and check out my other channel with all the Man videos. And yeah, check me out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you want. And I'll see you soon. Ciao!